Hello everybody and welcome to this month's update from Clydebridge station. With the weather being better, I've managed to get back down to the shed and we're going to, I'm going to go through what's been happening. Been a small amount of change happened on the layout, as you'll see. And we've even got a locomotive out here getting tested, so stay tuned and I'll talk you through what's been happening. Now, the first thing I'm going to explain to you about is the ramp, which you can see here, going all the way around. But you'll notice that I've been using second and first radius track on it, when second and third radius track would be better. So I'm going to actually rebuild this ramp. And this bit here is absolutely fine, where it's just coming down. That's not going to change. It's going to be from these curves round. I'm going to have to change all those to be able to get second and third radius curves in. I mean, to give you an actual indication, I've got here a piece of second radius curve. This is a Bachmann section, by the way, and if I just put it on like that, you can actually see the difference. So what I'm going to have to probably end up doing is sending the trains down and then maybe having the trains, the curves actually starting possibly there maybe. Now if I zoom back, you can see there, that's likely to be where I'm going to have to end up having the curves coming round instead, because the third radius curve will need to take that big sweep. So it's not a major issue. It is a wee bit of a pain in the neck, but I say it's not a major issue, and this bit will certainly be able to stay the same. I maybe just need to put a wee shot straight in there and then have it going something like that. It will probably impact on here, I would think, as well, but even just to there, I'll say a couple of little short straights, and that should give me the starting point there. Same for the other section as well. The reality is I'm going to have to actually build from the fiddle yard all the way around, so as you see, I've spun round there very quickly, but that's where I'm going to have to go from, is the fiddle yard, carry on and up that way, and that's where I'm going to have to then rebuild the ramp. But as I say, this top bit here, the final section, that's going to remain the same. It won't change at all. And the support sections, which you see here, they won't be changing at all either. So it's just slightly unfortunate, but it's a good job that I've realised this right now before I've actually ended up laying it all and then it's too late. The background noise you can hear, by the way, is this little electric heater that I've got here. It does get cold down here sometimes, so this heater, when I'm in the shed, will keep the place warm. It'll also keep the dampness away, too vital when you're running trains. Now, my February update, of course, was done in the house, and I was reviewing two Class 47s, and this is one of them, 47708 Waverley, which I bought at Model Rail Scotland. For those of you that watched David Watson with his layout, Dean Park, he got one as well, and the lucky bugger has since went and got 47712 Lady Diana Spencer. Now, David Watson made a point on his review which I didn't pick up on, and you could see there the ScotRail Legend. You maybe just see that there with the arrow on it. If I actually could just turn it round there, I don't know if you can capture that. Yes, you can. You can see there it's the other way around on the other side, and that was the case for the early editions of Waverley, and it's early guys in ScotRail livery. I travelled behind the locomotive once in 1990 or 1989, late 1989, and the ScotRail Legend and BS symbol were painted out by then. Now, the locomotive, as I've mentioned already, is DCC ready, but it's not DCC fitted yet. But what I'm going to do now is get the camera placed into a little position. I'm going to show you the locomotive actually running And like Everard Junction, we have a historical piece because we've got a train running at long last. Yeah, wouldn't that look good with a push-pull, a small push-pull rake on it, wouldn't it? One thing that you'll actually notice is that even though it's only running on DC power and hasn't been DCC chipped yet, the lights are still working. It's recommended that you run your DCC ready locomotives on DC for a little while to test them out, make sure they're working before you finally go into putting them on DCC. And that's what's actually going to happen here. This track will be replaced eventually, and this will actually be the test track, which will allow me to do such a thing. There's a little bend on it, you can just see that there. But it's good to see that this loco is actually working on the points here, because when I tried this locomotive, which is the Lima 47676, it was jamming and derailing on the points. It's not turning at all well. So I'm glad to see that this locomotive is managing to do just that, operate properly. And better go through now what I've actually been doing down here on the fiddle yard, although this could be subject to a little change depending upon things. But as you can see, what I've been doing here is laying the first bits of the fiddle yard, and this is the first of the brand new track. I went down to Scooney Hobbies at Kirkcaldy to get that historic first piece of track. It's a mixture of Bachman and Hornby track. And the Bachman points, this is quite a clever thing, because I was looking to get Hornby points like to this, and then you would put a little V clip in there. But you see on the Bachman points, these ones here, these are the Bachman standard points. What's quite good about this is these pieces of metal here, what they actually do is allow the power to be transferred anywhere. So you might have actually noticed, as I take the camera gently around here, my power connecting clip was there, but yet Waverley was running on this track here. So that's a good starting point for DCC. The debate I've been having about that is whether or not I should have a whole load of bus wires underneath going to every track, or would 2 or 3 just suffice. And just remember that there's obviously going to be, this is the fiddle yard here and here, and on top of this is going to be a station area, and over here will be the depot and that. So I don't know whether to wire up every single track, or, well, every single siding, or just have it at key points such as maybe here, possibly here and here, and then a couple of points on the main station and depot areas. Let me know what you think about that. Now, what you've also noticed is we've got one siding here. This will actually keep the push-pull train. We've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or possibly as much as 6 sidings here, but again, that's subject to how we get on with this gradient here. But as you can tell already, we've got 6 sidings, so I'll be able to have 6 trains maximum park down here, and this bit of the fiddle yard isn't getting done just yet. I'm going to concentrate on getting the main line done up to the ramp, so at least I know where I'm starting from. It might be surprising to note that I've actually put cork underlay down here, but I've decided to go for that because I just feel that it adds to the completeness and it will improve the running of the trains. The track is starting now to get pinned down, so I'll be getting pinned down in the next couple of days. And this whole area here, except the test track, will be laid in the next couple of days, and it'll allow me then to at least have one locomotive parked in the sidings here, this one here, and that way I can start testing all the track out with that. The point work down here is a bit complex, but again, you saw I had Waverley running over the layout, and what's going to happen is that piece of track will go there, and then I've got this bit here, two long straights that'll make the siding for the push-pull set. The push-pull set won't take up the whole length of the siding, but what I'll probably have to do is work out, once I've rebuilt the ramp, where exactly I'll need to put the buffer stop so that Waverley and its stock will be able to sit in just exactly the right place. Now, also while we're on the topic of the fiddle yard too, I've started on the main line here. Coming off the fiddle yard, I've got another piece of cork underlaying track to put there, and that'll take me up to about here. And then what I'll be able to do after that is concentrate on getting that siding laid in and underlay down. That'll then just leave me to pin the track down, and that'll be this section here done. And it'll just be a case then of how I go about with the electrics on it. And obviously, please give your own thoughts on that. Some people have said to me that you're better to go for bus wire for the whole lot. One or two have said to me you don't need bus wires for the whole lot, just 2 or 3 bits of power will do instead. Let me know what you think. They're going to the model shop that's going to DCC this machine, and 47475 and anything else for that matter. What they've excuse me, what they've went and said to me is that they'll use a Gauge Master chip in it. Quite a good chip, I'm told. I'm thinking though, for going for the Hornby Elite controller, that'll allow me to eventually motorise points too. I'm not 100% sure yet exactly how I go, but I think I've got plenty of time to decide upon that. And that's the controller I've just been using now to test out the locomotives. Now, one last little thing, as you'll actually see as we go along here, what I've done here, I don't know what the hell that's for, but dearie me. This bit here will eventually sit like that, and that'll just do to protect the trains as they go down. There'll be a piece on the other side as well. It's basically just to protect the trains as they're going down the ramp so they won't fall off. And this long piece here, as you can see, that's actually a piece of the platform from the old layout. And what we're going to do with that is use it as a template for making the platforms for this layout. That's obviously a long way away yet. So that's where we've got up to this month with Clydebridge Station. The fiddle yard is work in progress. But please let me know what you think about the power idea, and just let me know your thoughts in the comments section on this video. I'll be back at the end of April with another update where hopefully I should be further away along this main line up to the ramp, and we might have an answer to the power problem. But thank you very much for watching this month's update, and as we're in the Easter weekend, a very happy Easter to all of you. Goodbye for now.